standing in solidarity with the people of Minnesota, the people across the country make their voices heard. This is an excerpt from Civil Disobedience, Henry David Thoreau, written in 1849. Must a citizen ever, for a moment, or in the least degree, resign his conscience to the legislator? Why has every man and woman a conscience then? I think that we should be men and women first and subjects afterwards.
That's right.
Law never made men a whit more just, and by means of their respect for it, even the well-disposed are daily made the agents of injustice. A common and natural result of an undue respect for law is that you may see a file of soldiers, colonel, captain, corporal, privates, powder monkeys, and all marching in admirable order over hill and dale to the wars. Now, what are they? Men at all, or small movable forts and magazines at the service of some unscrupulous man in power? The mass of men serve the state thus, not as men mainly, but as machines with their bodies. They are the standing army and militia, jailers, constables, CBP, ICE. In most cases, there is no free exercise whatever of the judgment or of the moral sense, but they put themselves on a level with wood and earth and stones. Such command no more respect than men of straw or a lump of dirt. They have the same sort of worth only as horses and dogs, yet such as these even are commonly esteemed good citizens. And as they rarely make any moral distinctions, they are as likely to serve the devil without contending as God. So how does it become a person then to behave toward this American government today? I answer that he cannot, without disgrace, be associated with it. I cannot for an instant recognize that political organization as my government, which is the slave's government also. All men recognize the right of revolution. That is the right to refuse allegiance to and to resist the government when its tyranny or its inefficiency are great and unendurable. But almost all say that such is not the case now, that such was the case, they think, in the Revolution of 75. All machines have their friction, and possibly this does enough good to counterbalance the evil. At any rate, it is a great evil to make a stir about it. But when the friction comes to have its machine, and oppression and robbery are organized, I say, let us not have such a machine any longer. In other words, when a sixth of the population of a nation, which has undertaken to be the refuge of liberty, are slaves, and a whole country is unjustly overrun and conquered by a foreign army and subjected to military law, I think that it is not too soon for honest men and women to rebel and revolutionize. What makes this duty the more urgent is the fact that the country so overrun is not our own, but ours is the invading army. A people, as well as an individual, must do justice, cost what it may. If I have unjustly wrested a plank from a drowning man, I must restore it to him, though I drown myself. The people must cease to hold slaves and to make war on Mexico, though it cost them their existence as a people. For it matters not how small the beginning may seem to be, what is once well done is done forever. Under a government which imprisons any unjustly, the true place for a just man is also prison. It is there the fugitive slave and the Mexican prisoner on parole and the Indian come to plead the wrongs on his race should find them on that separate but more free and honorable ground where the state places those who are not with her but against her. The only house in a slave state in which a free man can abide with honor. Cast then your whole vote, not a strip of paper merely, but your whole influence. A minority is powerless while it conforms to the majority. It is not even the minority then, but it is irresistible when it clogs by its whole weight. If the alternative is to keep all just men in prison or give up war and slavery, the state will not hesitate to choose which, and to commit violence and shed innocent blood. The state is not armed with wit or superior honesty, but with superior physical strength. I was not born to be forced. I will breathe after my own fashion. Let us see who is the strongest. Thank you.